Hi everyone, happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend staying safe and happy and healthy with your families. Here's my puppy. He's a little camera shy. And this weekend what did we do? We had a bonfire, we went for a bike ride, we went for walks, we played soccer, we hung out on the grass, and we just had a great weekend together. Tell me what you did this weekend and the box on the next slide. And puppy, we'll see you next time. So today our learning target is I can solve problems involving the area of figures with fractional side lengths. So just a reminder, when we find area, we do area equals length times width. And so if this was my fractional side lengths, whenever I see a mixed number, I have to turn this into an improper fraction first before I multiply these fractions. So to do that, I do 4 times 3, which gives me 12. And then I add my extras, which is 3. So 12, 13, 14, 15. And I keep my same denominator. Now, this one's just a normal fraction, so I can just keep that. When I multiply fractions, I multiply straight across. And 4 times 2 is 8. Right now I have an improper fraction, but I want to turn that back to a mixed number. So I'm going to ask myself, how many times can 8 go into 15? And if I count 8, 16, well, I don't have 16 pieces, I only have 15. So I know it only will fit in one time. I'm at 8, I need to get to 15. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 7 extras, and my denominator again is going to stay the same. So that's a little review on multiplying fractions. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite professional teams, and that's the Minnesota Vikings. As you can see, my printer had a little mind of its own this morning and printed out these purple blankets in blue. So I had to take my purple pen and color in as best I could. So don't mind my bluish, purplish blanket that's supposed to be purple. But anyways, here we go. We're going to solve this problem together, and then you'll get some practice on your own. It says Miss Fogarty is going to sew 2 Viking blankets together. When I sew, I'm going to take these 2 blankets and put them together to make one. Each blanket has a length of 3 2/3 feet and a width of 2 1/2 feet. What is the area of the new blanket? Okay, well, area. I remember from all of my practice last week that area equals length times width. Lucky for me, it gives me the length and the width of these blankets. So I know my length is 3 2/3 feet and my width is 2 1/2 feet. I remembered from above that if I have a mixed number, I need to turn these into improper fractions before I multiply. So 3 times 3 gives me 9, and 9 plus 2 is 11. I keep my denominator the same as a 3. Let's do this one. 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5, and I keep my denominator the same. Now I have improper fractions and I can multiply across. 11 times 5 is 55, and 3 times 2 is 6. I have an improper fraction here, but this doesn't tell me much. I want to turn this back into a mixed number so that it means something to me. So, okay, well, I'm going to ask myself, how many times can 6 go into 55? I could skip count by sixes, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So I know 6 goes into 55 9 times because I get to 54, and I just have 1 extra to get to 55. My denominator stays at 6. So I know, well, okay, this is the area, feet squared, because I'm an area of one of my blankets. But I'm going to sew 2 blankets together. So if this is only one of my blankets, I'm going to have 2 choices. I can either take 9 1/6 and multiply that by 2, or I could do 9 1/6 plus 9 1/6. This is blanket 1, this is blanket 2. Or you could take your blanket 1 and multiply it by 2. Both ways work. I'm going to show you this way so that I don't have to put this fraction back into a mixed number. So I'm going to do my whole numbers first. 9 plus 9 is 18. And if I have 1/6 plus 1/6, I already have common denominators, so those can stay the same. And then I have 1 plus 1 on the top of my numerators, and I get 2. So 18 and 2 6. Well, I see that 2 and 6 have a buddy of 2. I can divide by 2 and divide by 2. So that's the same as 18 and 1/3. So I can write this as a sentence. I could say the area of the new blanket, when I have both of them sewn together, is 18 and 1/3 feet squared because I'm talking about area. And the key word today is football.